Hey everyone, so we're in May now. A lot of things have happened since our last update. We've successfully delivered the beta units and they're out in the street now, and had our first services even. And yeah, they're running really well. We've got over 1,200 Ks on our first green bike. We've sold all of our early adopter units, and we're deep into production and tying up the last bits of development on the early adopter bikes.
Yeah, so we just got back a couple of weeks ago from the roadshow. So me and Michelle were in Auckland, Wellington, Christchurch and Tauranga. Yeah, probably did hundreds of test rides. Overall, it was great. Everybody had a big smile on their face when they got back from the test rides, and so our main focus in moving from the betas to the early adopters is improving efficiencies for assembly where we can, just trying to make parts easier to put together and faster. So some of these changes include outsourcing the battery. Also, we've done a lot of work on the body. It's now going to be hemp composite with carbon fibre reinforcement, and we've done a lot of work on simplifying the wiring looms to make it a lot faster in production to put together. Some other improvements is we've finally got the screen going, so the beta bikes will soon have working LCDs, and all the early adopter bikes will have LCD screens. We're changed the ergonomics again slightly. Bit of feedback during the roadshow from customers where the handlebars were still a tad too low, so we've lifted those up slightly, and now it feels perfect to ride. We're also adding multiple driving modes, which was another feedback we got from customers. So we're having an eco mode and a power mode, which will be switchable on the fly when you're driving. Yeah, so here's just a little sneak peek of the next generation battery the team's been working on. So we're doing things a little bit differently this time. We're outsourcing the entire manufacture of the pack. Main reason being we don't have the machinery and automation equipment to be able to make the packs fast enough, and we can get them all certified and be able to ship them wherever we need. We're also switching to anodized aluminium die-cast housing, and we're adding plastic bumpers to each side to just help if it gets dropped, knocked, and also to stop the battery itself getting scratched when you put it in the bike and pull it out. The other main changes are we've moved the charging port and the main power plug to the top of the pack. So yeah, it's a little update on what to expect your batteries to look like.
So as we mentioned, we're going to be switching to using hemp instead of fiberglass for the bodies, for the main body and tank construction. Obviously a big thing for us is getting people onto non-emitting vehicles, but then on top of that we really want to look at our supply chain and look at how we can also sort of reduce emissions through that entire supply chain, and sort of seeing this as a good opportunity. Hemp has a lower CO2 emission through the production, and hemp offers sort of equivalent strength, durability to fiberglass, and we've been doing a bit of R&D on it over the last 6 months, and it's actually working out really well. There's a number of other benefits as well. This is without the resin, so it's really just like a normal cloth, but there's a number of benefits, and one is that in the manufacturing process, it's also much nicer for the workers to work with. There's no glass fibers, so you're not breathing in any glass fibers, you don't get it stuck in your fingers, you're not getting those splinters, and you're going to end up with a much nicer internal body as well. The other breakthrough I've had in design the last few months is figuring out how to get the internal frame structure out of here. So we've managed to do a bit of prototyping and found a way to make the body structural just using the hemp along with some internal carbon fibre reinforcement. And that whole thing is really about trying to streamline our production process so we can really get these bikes made faster and just really start to work towards a more efficient production. So where we're at now is really gearing up for full production for these early adopters. We've also got an eye on the second production run and starting to get a head start on ordering some of that stuff, especially with supply chain challenges at the moment. We're also heading into a capital raise in the next month, so we'll be putting out information about that soon. This will be to get us through this first production phase and really gearing us up to be in a position early next year to start moving overseas, and especially looking at the European market. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll keep you updated.